If you're anything like me, you're probably wondering what is wrong with the Las Vegas Raiders. And I know we can go through all the different reasons. I know that the probably the top ones are being like, it's like Derek Carr isn't playing very well. Josh McDaniels is not the answer. All these things. I get it. It's easier to blame the problems on having one scapegoat. But I really wanted to take a serious look at the totality of things, at how things are looking on an overall basis. So first off, what's the biggest thing I want to look at? I want to look at how the Raiders have held multiple leads. We're talking, you had a lead, against the Cardinals at one point. You had leads against the Titans. You had leads against teams like, the Colts, the Jaguars, all those teams. You had leads in pretty much every statistical way, and not even just the point differential, especially if you look at things here. This is according to Pro Football Reference here, and you'll see here defensively, these last 4 games, especially rushing, has not been great for their defense, but they're rushing when they're running the ball on offense. It was pretty good before they headed into their bye week and against the Texans as well. But ever since then, need I mention the Saints game? Need I mention the Jaguars? These last 2 games, it's been awful. But really, what I really want to put on and really shine a light on here is the 30th ranked total defense here by the Raiders, and the offense is 22 right now. So yes, Derek Carr, I will admit, if you want to take a look at his stats so far this year, I will not exactly put excuses up for this guy. This guy, we're talking about over 1,500 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Really, the only bright spot for the Raiders has been Josh Jacobs. When you talk about the fact this man has over 680 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns, including 3 teddies against the Houston Texans at one point. They found their formula, running the football with Josh Jacobs, getting him going, and then the rest of the offense follows suit. And then yes, you've got Devontae Adams, 38 catches, 517 yards and 6 touchdowns, but pretty much behind him, and in some cases Mac Hollins, that's been kind of it for the Raiders. So yes, there's the excuse of Derek Carr hasn't been playing up to snuff, but what is the totality? Is it coaching? Is it these late game sleep-worthy decisions that Josh McDaniels and company are making that have led to the Raiders losing? I think there's that a reason too. So right now it just really feels like this organization is on snooze. When you talk about everybody coming up to play, coming with energy, nobody wants to play right now. I'm hoping that changes this week against the Broncos, but I'm not overly charismatic, or I'm not overly hyped about it. Not poor choice of wording there, but I really do feel like, especially, and I've really went to bat for a guy like Derek Carr, especially over this last year, talking about how this man has never had a top 15 defense his entire career. We did a video about it. You need to check that out, how we shined the fact he has never had a top 15 defense. We thought it was going to take a step forward this year with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, and getting guys like Denzel Perriman back, Jayon Brown, we thought was going to be a solid addition. We were excited about Kyler Fackrell, Malcolm Coots getting a bigger role, all those things. And it just never came to fruition. So when we talk about what is wrong with the Las Vegas Raiders, I think it goes from the top down. I think it starts with coaching. I think that the fact that the defense has not taken a major step forward this year, and the offense, when you have to put up 30 points a game, regardless of who your quarterback is, it does not help things. Look at the Chiefs. They're constantly in a position where their defense makes plays when it has to, and Patrick Mahomes is, Patrick Mahomes. So I think that you would be hard-pressed to find a quarterback that could win right now with the Raiders, the way the defense is playing, also the way that they're being coached. I think top to bottom, this organization needs to take a serious look at itself moving forward. It just needs to get the excitement back. The fun needs to come back to Las Vegas, because I think that the Raiders are in a position where, they can't lose a whole lot more. 2-7. The best you can finish out here is 10-7, and that's with an 8-game win streak, which is increasingly unlikely when you got to play the Chiefs again and all those teams. You got to play the Chargers. So I think this is getting to the point where they need to take a serious look. And when we talk about what's wrong with the Raiders, I think it's top to bottom. There's nobody that's not left out of this conversation. Even Devontae Adams, I felt like he's been, like I said, one of the lone bright spots, but usually you would think his elevation of play would elevate everybody else, but it's just he's been the main target, and defenses know that, and it's not his fault. I think that, Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, they got to continue to find each other and do their thing on offense too. And then just the defense, you don't need to be amazing. Just make a couple of stops, get a couple of turnovers, get a couple of sacks, and someone other than Max Crosby too. So I don't know. It's frustrating sitting here as a Raiders fan and just watching this team with all this talent just not get it done. So, but let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below, leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so make sure you guys give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about what is wrong with the Las Vegas Raiders.